Back at the bench once again. We have another Roman Props MPP with the Dagobah Swamp 5280 blade holder in it. This hilt was sent to me as you see it, and I've added the blade holder as well as the chassis build and install. This one turned out really nice. It's a different set of metals, as you'll see in a second, than we've gone through here before, but came out really good. Fairly standard. There are some changes on the Goth chassis that changed up the pommel spacer, and this pommel spacer will get glued in before going shipping. But I want to show the difference here. So the pommel spacer is now completely flat on both sides. Previously, there was a cutout on the Goth chassis along here where this stayed flat with this inside edge. And it meant you had to have kind of a slightly ridged right here and here on the pommel spacer. So now with this being flat like this, like I said, you can glue this into the pommel, so you'll never actually end up losing it. And that will be done before shipping. Here is the chassis itself. It is done in the Shapeways blackened steel. We did not polish out the blackened look like has been done previously in some other builds from other shops. But overall, we then went stainless with the rhodium chamber pieces. You have a red and a clear crystal as requested by the owner. Have a 28mm speaker, standard pixel in here, kill switch. Going up through, there is a ring of pixels in here, one under the crystal, one under this crystal. There is a set of 2020 pixels on each side of here, which is I refer to as the gills. There is a shadow foil pixel matrix in this section here, and then under the hood on each side, as I've done on many builds, set of 10 2020 pixels on that side. You can see this is a Profi. It is the version 3 board. And then stock connector on the end. That's kind of the overview. We'll turn it on, go through a few things, show off the matrix, show off the pixel accents and such. We did stick mostly with Vader, and I'll show you kind of where we deviated. The video will get a little drowned out because the pixel matrix itself is extremely bright and will therefore probably not show everything. The green line up here is because the battery is fully charged. This is a battery meter. And then you've got different animations in the other two lines of pixels in the matrix. You can see the crystals lit up, the speaker chamber, and the hood. The owner asked for twist on, twist off, as well as swing on, so we do have that. As you can see against my hand, it's a nice bright red Vader blade. As with all the Goth MPP chassis, this is single button. So this one's slightly different with the animations on the matrix, colors going through different parts of the actual hilt itself. Each of them comes up slightly different. This is more of an R2-D2 matrix kind of view. I've used it on a previous hilt and looks really, really good. Again, the camera does kind of tend to drown it out, but it looks a lot better in person itself. So this is where we varied from just straight Vader. This is kind of a turn to the dark side. We start out and we've got a kind of a call to Luke's arrows from the thin neck saber and the cave scene. Went on, the red blinks, went off, it'll go between the green and the red, and it alternates sides. And as you can see, crystals are blue, blade is blue, so this is kind of right before Anakin goes ahead and gets his red saber. And this is a little hard to do given the angle I'm holding it, but... And you'll see alternate font turns red, crystals turn red, sound changed. And it changes back. So it's a hold, twist. I'm going to say if you're holding it this way, it's a twist clockwise to go to the red. It's a twist counterclockwise to go back to Anakin in the blue.
Where is he?
I believe we're back to the first font that started here now. But it's great to see all those accents. They kind of reflect down into the battery compartment as well. So you can see them even through some of the openings in the battery door. Board access, really, really easy. Just kind of, I just lodge my fingernail here, grab from the other side, lift it out. And then you got great access to USB and the SD card. Just be careful when you're putting this back on if the board is on, because it is steel. You don't want to short anything across the terminals on the board itself. Putting it in the hilt, you kind of look down it and line up the control box with the switch. And if you look at the switch, it actually lines up fairly close with this little indent right here. So if you're kind of lining that up by eye, as you're sliding it in, you're going to be really, really close. And then it's just a little wiggle left or right. Of course, now it doesn't want to work for me. There it goes. Little twist left or right. It'll sync as the notches on the blade holder and the chassis tip line up. And I'm just going to hold it with my thumb for a second. Full activation here. The blade plug is in, so you won't see shine through at the moment. And then obviously the kill switch, if you don't really want to remove the chassis, kill switch is very accessible from there. I just usually will lay that like this. But again, that'll be glued in, so you won't have to worry about it. And then it'll just be to thread that all the way down, which I won't do at the moment. But that is the latest MPP from the bench.